Okay, so we're live. And I am broadcasting the tournament from inglés. Si preferís escuchar en castellano, or it's going more or less okay. I would enjoy knowing if that is correct or not. Meanwhile, for some reason it's not working properly. The Wi-Fi, but with the results yesterday, the main surprise of the first round was the forfeit of Shakil Abu Sufyan against Jordan Van Forest, who won the game without playing on fourth ball, as you can see. This was a forfeit, and a white won the game because his opponent didn't come. And the other surprise situation of the morning was the no-show of Hans Mock Niemann, seed number 2, who just won the tournament in Grinke for 20,000 K, and he didn't come. Official reasons have to do with his some sort of health issues. We're not exactly sure, but yeah, he just sent a text saying that he wasn't coming, and his doctor told him that he shouldn't travel with these health issues, although he just finished a tournament in Germany, overcoming 1,000 players. So that was a bit of a blow for the tournament, because we were expecting him here, but what to do? Further down, a few draws. Here, Stanley Badaksoni was able to hold to a draw Maxime Lagarde with the black pieces. A very good result. Master Kumar Akshit also hold to a draw a very strong player, Stamatis Kurkulus from Greece, who's also on a very good roll of games, playing in Alicante before coming here with a very good result. Most of the games, as you can see, were decided by the winner, by the strongest player. And we have to go further down to start seeing some more surprises. Pablo Luis Aguadurgali, a woman international master, was able to hold to a draw Ritvik Raja, an Indian grandmaster. So quite a few draws, the lower rated player against the high rated player. However, the first surprise win, we still have to go further down to where Alfredo Aguilo Benejam, 76 player from Spain, defeated with the black pieces Matej Klekowski, who's a Polish grandmaster. This was a huge surprise yesterday. A 2,000 player defeating with black a grandmaster is a very, very big upset, a very big surprise. And that happened on board 53, so we really have to go down to see these major upsets. Rest of the results more or less okay. Joan Moyle was able to draw with Oleksiy Bilvik, which is a very good result. Another draw a bit further down. As you can see, no major upsets. This one here, Zichen from China, defeated with black Teodora Injak, very strong player. Teodora Injak, I think from Bulgaria, or maybe from Turkey. I'm not completely sure what this flag is. Now this is a major upset, but of course some of these Chinese players have very low ratings, but they're very strong. And that was yesterday. Zain Patel from England, 1900, defeating with black Laura Unuk. So as you can see, already there were quite a few surprises, although mainly, as is usual in the first round, the stronger player prevails and goes through to the second round with 100%. So now let's go to the second round. And as you can see, there are really tough pairings on the first boards. Arjun Erigaisi, main favorite, is playing against Dimitris Alexakis, very strong international master from Greece. Many of these players came from Alicante a few days ago. They played a tournament in Alicante, which finished I think on Sunday. They travelled yesterday, and today they're playing another tournament in the circuit. International master Der Marius is playing against Nihal Sarin. Fedosiev against Malik. Another IM from the States, Aaron Jacobson, playing with Jordan Van Forest. Shuvalova, very strong Russian player, with black against Aravind. Divya Desmuk against Kirill Alsenko. So as you can all see, very strong pairings. Andre Ventura Sousa, very strong international master, against Murzin Volodar. Practically all the players in the second round on the first boards are international masters and grandmasters. However, if we go down, we can see that there's a lot of one-point players who are young and upcoming players, still with 1 point, trying to go for their second win in a row. We can see some of the players who scored an upset yesterday in their first round games. And of course, the players who lost yesterday have to face another player who also lost. This is very typical in the Swiss system. So we'll leave this page up here to be able to check the results that start coming in, and let's jump to the games. So here is the first game of the round. This game is between Arjun Erigaisi with the white pieces and Dimitris Alexakis with the black pieces, two very strong players. The game has just begun, essentially, and will be following the moves. Now, please leave your questions and comments in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. We already have two comments here. Andres Rivera says, is the king of Diableo, Mr. Pepe Cuenca, playing this tournament? Yes, Pepe is played. He won yesterday, and today we'll see if I think he's on one of the feature boards, so we'll be able to check his game. Zelda says, can you please fix the GD2 boards? Some players like Alessandro Prado is making moves in the DD2 boards. Number 7. Okay, so this is something that the broadcast team is on. As soon as they see the boards which are not working, they'll go and fix them. However, I have to say that the boards 25, 26, 27, 28 are not title players. They are streamer players. Alexander Prado, Anna Kramling, low rated players, but they're streaming their own games. So there may be technical issues with the stream as well, not only the board. Rodrigo, un saludo y fuerte abrazo desde la Ciudad de México. Rodri, the same to you. Un fuerte saludo, amigo. So if you want to leave your questions, we'll try and give you the answers. And now let's go and look at some of the games. Okay, so I think we should focus at least on the first few boards, see how the opening goes, and then we can progress into the middle game. Average rating of the tournament is very, very high. I think it's 2271, but there's 500 players. But I mean, there's more than 100 or 150 title players, so it's a very, very strong tournament. So Erigaisi opened with d4. Dimitris Alexakis played knight f6. Erigaisi c4. And Dimitris e6 to play the Nimzo-Indian. Knight c3. Bishop e4, the Nimzo-Indian defense. Very strong defense for black, probably the best. f3, Samic variation. Here there are several lines. Rubinstein variation, Leningrad variation, Capablanca variation, my favorite, and some others. Samic variation, f3, with the idea, a motif of playing e4, occupying the center. c5, hitting the pawn structure. a3, hitting the bishop, and if the bishop captures the knight, we recapture with the pawn and we fortify our center. Bishop to a5, keeping the pin on the board. Pawn takes pawn. Threatening b4 with an extra pawn and a connect 3. Capture. Recapture. And this is the position we have now on the board after 20 minutes of play. Now, I'd like to hear your opinion on this one. Would you prefer to be white with the 3 triple pawns but an extra pawn? Or would you prefer to be black with no triple pawns but you're a pawn down? Hopefully you can win these pawn back. And throw the question to you guys. Would you prefer to be white or would you prefer to be black? And then I'll give my own opinion. But I'll leave 30 seconds for you to give your opinions while I have a bit of water. What do you think, guys? White or black? What would you prefer to have? Which color would you prefer to have? Extra pawn but triple pawns, or no extra pawn but a solid position with black? Rohit Kumar: if white can develop quickly, I would prefer white. Paul says, Anna Kramlin's board is showing Alexandra board, there is a mix-up. Okay, Paul, the team will be going over these things very soon. They're working on it. We have a grandmaster here to say hello.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning,
Miguel
everyone.
Illescas.
Yes.
Miguel Illescas.
How are you?
Illescas.
Yeah.
I'm okay, but tonight, this morning at about 5 o'clock, I woke up with a very sore throat, with pain in the chest.
Tonight,
And
you?
Yeah, and I was thinking, wow, I must have caught a flu or something, no? As you can see, this morning I'm okay.
Yeah.
And I was about to send you a text at 5 o'clock in the morning saying, Miguel, come to my room at 10 o'clock and I'll give you my computer and I'll set it up for you. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Because I can't
feel
work.
so bad.
I couldn't work.
Oh my God.
But I didn't even have water. I went to the room. I got ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And about an hour later, I was starting to feel a bit better. And
Okay.
now I'm more or less okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you were lucky. You were lucky.
Yes.
So Miguel, I was watching the game with the chat, the game of Eddie Gaisi, and I threw them the question if they were preferred to be white with the 3 double pawns, triple pawns,
Yeah.
or black with a more solid structure. And we had a couple of answers, basically saying that if white could develop quickly, they would prefer to be white.
Yeah.
Who would you take? Go to this square here.
Yeah.
If he could get this position in, then black would be okay.
Yeah, black would be better probably. Yes. I mean, but white can protect this pawn with queen d6, with bishop e3. So there are many. It's very concrete position.
It's very concrete.
Yeah. So it will depend. I think that if Eddie Gaisi went for this, it means that probably he's got something prepared. By the way, he came very late to breakfast. I saw him. Yeah, he was very quiet. It was already 10 o'clock. And he was just having his coffee, very relaxed, with some Indian friend.
So
they came late to the game.
To the game.
Yeah, something like 5 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
But very
Okay.
quiet,
Okay.
very relaxing.
The round
By the
started a
way,
bit later, I think.
there are
anyway.
some problem with some boards. You can
Yes.
show maybe Ana crumbling. Maybe they fix it. Can you check
Yes.
the streaming boards?
Yes.
I mean, Pepe Cuenca, Quique Setién,
Yes.
Ana crumbling. They mixed, but now they are trying to solve it.
They're trying to.
If
They must be
did
trying
it,
to solve it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know the
Let's
position.
have a
Do you
look.
know the position?
I know. That's why. Yeah.
So Quique Setién with Anna.
No.
This would be.
No, this is not the pairings. I mean, Quique Setién is playing with Prado.
Okay.
They're probably fixing.
So Meneses is playing with Anna then.
Yeah, that's correct.
So
and
then
they are no, but this is the position of Pepe Cuenca. So
okay.
they didn't solve it yet. I can see.
And here's
Setién,
Prado.
yeah, but this is not the position. This is the position of Ana Crumbly. Yeah, so
So it's all mixed up.
Yeah, it's all mixed up. They will try to solve it.
Okay.
So just if anybody is following the game of Ana Crumbling.
So boards 25, 26, and 27, they're sort of mixed up.
Yes,
Okay.
and they're trying to fix it. Yeah.
Okay. When you leave, you can mention it if they're
No,
on
they know it.
They're
They know
on
it.
now.
Yeah, they're
on
trying
now.
to fix it. Yeah,
Okay.
they're trying to fix it. But
Okay.
just if anybody is following those games,
Okay.
you should know that Ana Crumbling is not playing this dragon Sicilian so dangerous. You know?
Quique Setién, former coach of Barcelona football team.
Yeah, very famous football player.
And a good player, 2055.
Yeah, yesterday we were enjoying some dinner with him.
Oh, so fun.
He
so
was
funny.
making
so
some
funny.
masterclass of.
So funny, so
yeah,
funny.
Yeah, yes, excellent.
I think last night was one of my most memorable dinners with you guys because he was so funny.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when he started to put the bread in the
Yeah.
we all became football coaches at that moment. No?
Yeah. He okay for people who is listening. He was showing some football tactics with some food. You know?
With the bread, though.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he is a football coach. What now? Is he retired, or is he just not doing any work?
He's
now?
waiting for an offer from the United States. He would
so
like to.
He would coach if he
Yeah,
gets an offer.
yeah. I mean, but he doesn't want to coach any. I mean, he got some offers from Brazil, from different countries, but he's waiting for maybe some offer from United States because he wants to.
He'd like to
move
go there
with his family.
Nice.
For the children to study there and so on.
But he's not retired then.
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, he's just waiting for a good opportunity. Yeah.
Okay,
So let's have a look at the second game, third game. I will tell you a few things.
Okay,
which,
so second board.
Yeah, Sarin. Yeah,
Marius Deo against Sarin.
Yeah, I think it was some kind of a bit surprising, this bishop g4, and Sarin was thinking. You will see it's a very standard position of the Carlsbad exchange variation of the Queen's Gambit decline. And I was a bit surprised to see this bishop g4 move because, well, it's not very usual. I mean, white can play queen b3.
I would think of queen b3 immediately because
he didn't play it.
Hitting 2 pawns, but this might be some sort of gambit.
Yeah, probably after queen b3, maybe black. I don't know what black plays here really. Because
I don't know the theory, but we can check here.
Maybe it's
some sort of gambit. Some sort of gambit.
Yeah, maybe this, and this is protecting everything. Yeah, because
some sort of gambit.
Yeah, knight d5 is not working because the bishop on h4 is hanging. Bishop
and
f6 is not.
Here.
Yeah, and they've captured here some rook b and rook b2.
So this is probably theory, no?
Yeah, white is behind on development. So yeah, and then he went some move. I think f3 or something like that.
He went f3.
f3, yeah. And very modern theory. And both players well.
But you have to play c5 because if you play with c6, then white will get a very nice position.
Yeah, tempi up.
A tempi up.
f3 is a useful move. Yeah.
So the idea is to play with c5. Quite nice.
Yeah. No, Sarin is trying to complicate the
Yeah.
game. He wants to play for a wing with black, and then you need to do something weird, because if you follow the
To
main
unbalance.
lines,
Yes, it's very sensible if you want
yeah,
to
because
right.
today we have already some pairings with professional players playing together. I mean,
Yeah.
some international master 24-30.
A young player, very strong.
Yeah, so it will not be easy for black to win today. He needs to create some real counterplay. Yeah.
So this is the position. Isolated pawn, but good development.
Yeah, okay, it's pretty equal, I would say. I like black in general because it reminds me the Tarrasch I was playing, but the knight on f3 would be better, the bishop on b2, this strange position with the bishop on f2 and pawn f3, this can give black some...
I would be very happy with black here. I mean,
Yeah, but okay,
I don't play the isolated pawn, but I think it's a good version of the isolated pawn.
Yeah, it's very important to see if knight g2, because if white is in time to play knight g2, knight d4, it's going to be pretty equal. I mean, castle, and then
to get the knight straight
castle or knight d4.
Castle first.
Castle first. And okay, if knight goes to d4, it's completely equal. But okay, we will see. I mean,
so the knight would go here.
Yeah, and
the queen here, maybe the rooks here, and black would put his own rooks here, maybe here, and we have a game.
Yeah, both sides can be happy with activity of their pieces. But well, I mean, at least black created some weaknesses on the king side, and maybe in the very long term,
in the long run, he can attack on the queen
he
side.
can use this to create some tactics probably in this side.
Okay, so we know what's happening on this board. So let's go to the third one.
Yeah, Fedosiev, he surprised his opponent after queen a4 check.
Oh,
Black was thinking quite a lot, and I was a bit surprised.
check this opening.
Yeah, it's very standard line of the queen's gambit decline. Black took on c4. Usually here white plays e4. And then we have this Vienna line.
Vienna variation.
Yeah, e4, bishop b4, and so on. But he played queen a4 check quite fast. And black was thinking here for a while. And that's bad news because, okay, I mean, we are only move 5.
He should know what to play here.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you take on c4 and the opponent checks on a4, you should know something because it's a very... it's fixed. Okay, the organization, they say it's fixed. Can we check it maybe? 1 second, David, don't go. Go please to the game of...
to the three boards,
yeah? To Setien, because I know it's a dragon, and let's check if it's already...
okay, so...
No, it's not fixed, because look,
hold
game
on.
25... okay, 25 is not correct, because it
names
says...
are repeated, yes.
Yeah, names are repeated. Setien, Anna Kramling, but this is not true. Game 26... yeah, this is correct, but in game 27 it's also correct. Let's check, yes, this is correct. But
so these two are correct.
Yeah, but 25
the names are bad. The names.
25 it says Setien Kramling, but they are not playing together. I mean,
yeah. Meneses against Kramling.
Yeah,
the names are confusing. The names are
25 should be Meneses, Mikel Meneses, not Enrique Setien. Okay, I think Quique Setien, by the way, this football coach, he got trapped into a very well-known trick. You know this dragon line, no?
Yeah.
Let's have a look, because black played, maybe we can see it from the beginning. This line I know well, I was checking it not long ago. And yeah, this move order, you should
play bishop to b3.
You have to play bishop b3 first. It's very important. f3 is a mistake.
F3 is a small mistake.
Not small. It's quite serious mistake.
Serious, yeah.
And now queen b6 came, which is strong, attacking on b2, and now knight e4. I think just black got some pawn, but
I seem to remember there is something here to be
here.
able to hold.
I think knight d5. Knight d5.
I think with knight d5.
Let's check. Knight d5, then maybe check. No, queen a4, queen a5.
Queen a5 check and c3.
This is main theory. Yeah, c3. The knight usually goes to c5. I think knight c5. Then knight takes c6.
To be able to capture this one with check.
d takes c6. Yeah. This is knight d7 check. King h8. Knight takes c8.
This looks very forced.
And rook c8 and.
There are intermediate moves here. So here there are many moves here.
Yeah, there are many moves. Yeah.
Okay, the normal move is rook takes. Normal move.
And it's a pretty equal position. Yeah. Castle and I mean it's equal. Yeah.
So you don't actually lose a pawn, but Quique has to
find this knight d5.
He doesn't know these moves. He has to find them.
Of course, he doesn't.
Tremendously difficult.
Do you think so? Knight d5. Well, I mean, what else in that position? I mean,
lose a pawn. Change piece.
Knight takes e4.
Lose a pawn.
After move 9, knight takes e4. What to do with white?
Lose a pawn. You can take the knight.
If you take knight d4,
then he normally does this. He takes with the bishop,
takes d4, and black is up.
And you lose a pawn.
And black is a clear pawn up here. Yeah. Okay, I hope he can find knight d5 because this looks quite simple. I mean,
but knight d5 he has to go into all these complications. Not so easy, Miguel.
What else? I mean,
for us it's easier, but for him it's not so easy.
Yes, of course. No, for us it's not easy, but because I know the theory.
Yeah, I would say most players might see knight d5, but they'll be unsure because of the check, and they'll just go for the pawn ending down. I would bet on the pawn ending down. Let's see what happens.
Let's see. And Pepe Cuenca, I think he was playing with white, some Queen's India. Maybe we can have a look. He's a very famous broadcast streamer.
But on which board is he playing?
I think he's 20. Where is him? Because
is he on they moved. Is he on the special board?
It's board 40, but they move it probably to board 28. No, something like that.
Let's see if it appears here.
One.
He's Zachary is also a streamer.
I
can't find him yet. Let's put Cuenca here.
That's it. Yeah, board 41.
This board is being broadcasted.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
And black just played bishop b4 now. It's
Pepe Cuenca is a famous player here in Spain.
Yeah.
All the people who are following us who know Spanish chess will know who Pepe Cuenca is.
He's the famous ratatatata.
Ratatatata.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it was a Queen's Indian, I guess.
Queen's Indian, G3. Very standard.
Maybe you take the sound out, no? Just probably it's. I mean the sound of or put it a bit down. I mean no, the volume of your
the config.
No, maybe here. No, in the here. Yes, that's it.
Do you think that's a good idea? But then I'm not sure if I'll take the sound down.
You think
of
so?
The micro. I prefer to turn it off.
Okay.
Turn the sound of the
board. Yeah.
The board. That shouldn't be so difficult. Let's see if I'm capable of doing it. Maybe play sounds, yeah?
Probably.
Let's see if we're lucky.
Okay.
Should be doing these things in the middle of the broadcast.
Don't worry. It will work well. I mean.
Okay, let's see. Okay, the game is back. And let's see if we're lucky.
Well, I mean...
Yes.
Nice. Excellent.
Nice, okay.
So he went... Well, this line you were showing after move 5. Can we go back to move 5? Yeah, bishop g2. Then... Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, bishop. This is very standard.
This is standard.
Castle. Knight c3. And here, knight e4. Bishop d2.
It's normal.
Very well known. Yeah.
Take. I didn't think this was a normal move. Take on d2, but okay, it must be. And this I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Take on d2 and play bishop b4. I've never seen this before.
I think now queen c2 is an interesting move.
But
idea if queen c2, look, play queen c2.
The trick.
If bishop c3, maybe knight g5.
Yes,
no? Is it working that?
Yes. If he takes here, maybe this intermediate. Although it is 2 pieces, but it might be working. Let's see how this is going to end up.
Because queen h7 mate is a threat, so black probably needs to take the knight on g5.
Okay, let's eliminate this.
And then we take on b7.
On b7, hitting the rook.
He can take on d4 just to save this piece and try to trap the white bishop on a8.
Sounds good.
c6, something like that.
Save this pawn.
Take bishop a8 and
c6.
And okay, it's very critical. I mean, if white is able to bring the bishop back to life,
he'll win.
But it's not so easy to take the bishop because the knight on b8, if it moves where? To a6 maybe.
Not so easy to get it out, but not so easy to trap it either.
Yeah. This is a very critical.
Very difficult to trap it.
Yeah,
you have to bring the queen back to here.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, okay. Still, he would have a pawn for the exchange, so it's not so.
So queen c2 is actually quite a good move then. But
well, I mean, it's quite interesting because if black doesn't take on c3,
why did he play bishop to e4?
Yeah, what to do? I mean, it's you don't because knight g5 is a threat.
It's funny that the computer thinks that after bishop takes c3,
white can also take on c3.
The computer prefers to capture here with a small advantage than to play the other variation, because he doesn't really see. But I think Pepe would go for the other variation.
Well, we don't know. I mean, but
he wins an exchange.
Yeah.
And the bishop isn't trapped, so why not?
I don't know. Probably it's some kind of theory, but we will see.
I don't think so, Miguel, because look at the time black spent with take and bishop b4. he spent quite a bit of time. I think he was improvising.
Probably.
He spent nearly 10 minutes on bishop b4. I think it was more 9 minutes. 9 minutes for knight takes d2. 9 minutes. I think he hadn't prepared properly this move here. He probably knew more queen c2 or rook e1, and he probably didn't think so much here. So if I remember rightly, against this move here, black should play bishop to f6, if I remember correctly, or even f5.
Yeah, those are standard moves. No, I think knight d2 has also been played, but I don't remember.
I've never seen this
before.
This move I've never seen.
It's strange.
It's strange.
In fact, if white wants, he can play a3. Bishop takes, queen takes, and probably he's slightly better. Simple.
He must be slightly better here.
Well, I mean, black can be also happy. He traded a couple of pieces, but okay, white has better center. It's slightly better for white.
I've sometimes seen a move like bishop to e4 in these positions. I'm not sure if it's correct here or not.
Yeah, the idea is to play b5 with the bishop
outside.
So this makes sense, yes. But
okay, so
slightly better. Yeah.
This is the game of Cuenca.
Yeah, we were checking Fedoseyev, which surprised his opponent with queen a4, but I don't know what happened in the next few moves.
Here,
so black played knight b7, which is very, very good. Yeah,
okay,
it's very okay. And then he went.
He thought 9 minutes for this move.
Yeah, he was surprised. Clearly.
Quite a lot of time.
White played quite fast, e4. Yeah, and black went c5, which. And now here white was thinking, and he played a very strange move, in my opinion, bishop f4.
Normally against c5, you play d5 in these positions, normally.
I don't know the theory here, but the bishop f4, of course he wants to play sometimes knight b5 and create, and black went a6. No, black went a6, which is interesting because white could still play knight b5.
Could still play knight b5, yes.
And it's a very strange. A takes b5, queen a8, knight takes e4, and probably black is very okay here. Huge compensation.
So many pawns.
Yes, knight takes e4, or even c takes d4 also. And now black is ahead on development. He's going to take on d4, bishop before check, castle, and he has
this looks very good.
A lot of pawns for the exchange. So
why can't do this?
So I don't know. Then bishop f4. I'm not so sure it's such a good move. What did he play now? He went
now
d5.
He played
d5.
d5.
And the point is that he wants to have a passed pawn, and if black takes and plays bishop b7, then white has d6 and suddenly. But for some reason, computer doesn't like
the variation.
What if pawn takes? Can white take? He takes d5 simply. Is it not working? Maybe some b5 now.
b5. Wow, this is tricky. Very difficult to calculate this.
Yeah, b5, white
take and take here.
And now take here. Yeah, this is very computer.
The computer gives the advantage, but it's very difficult to do this on the board, Miguel.
And also,
and now
it's not so clear.
It's changing up and down.
Yeah, probably it's some kind of preparation. I mean, maybe this has been played before. It's very, very sharp, I would say.
Look at these variations, Miguel. Bishop takes c4, giving up the bishop on f4.
Yeah, it's a complete mess. Yeah.
What's exactly happening here if he eats this pawn? Wow.
Nobody
all sorts of sacrifices here.
Yeah, this looks very dangerous for black. I would not be happy to be playing this without any specific preparation.
These are computer lines, you have to say.
But after d5, then it's not so easy to play. Maybe some knight h5 should be played just to avoid this.
But don't you think it's funny, because the computer says that d5 is not good?
Yeah.
But in practice, it's a very difficult move for black to be able to play.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful when we see the computer suggesting good and bad moves, because you have to understand, the players must understand that on the board, these are very difficult moves to face.
No, and also sometimes, don't forget that a computer maybe needs more time to give an accurate.
It gives a bad move and then it changes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this move. It's bad. But later, the computer understands that it was wrong. I mean, so. Okay.
It's funny yesterday because
did he think a lot? Move d5. Okay, he was thinking. White was. It can be.
So yesterday in Eligai's game, at some moment, the computer, when we put one of his moves in, it said bad move.
Yeah.
And he was like,
he was surprised.
Just very slightly surprised. But then we understood that the move wasn't bad; it was actually quite correct. But he missed a winning opportunity.
Ah, that's why.
He said, Oh yes, of course. I could have done that straight away. He
okay.
said, but look, it's not a bad. He did a very good move. But as the computer said, there was an even better move. His move is bad. So
how was the experience to be commenting with him?
Oh, I've had him before. He's very nice.
Nice guy, huh?
Miguel, all the Indian players, at least the ones I've met, are very nice, very calm,
very polite,
very respectful,
okay,
and tremendously strong players.
Yeah.
He showed 2 or 3 variations which didn't happen, but he said if my opponent had calculated the variations, I had to be prepared for them.
Okay.
But they were so strange and so weird. But he said, look, this, and I have this move here, this move here. Said, okay, but these lines don't seem that your opponent will see these lines.
Yeah.
But I have to be prepared just in case.
Okay, now it's of course 2700.
Very strong player, very strong player.
Do you want to have a look at the other games?
Yes.
Next boards, just maybe some.
So, for example,
funny games happening. What next?
Jordan Van Forest.
Van Forest, yeah, he played knight b7. Okay, very pretty equal. Today we have pairings which some draws will happen because.
Already yesterday there were a few draws.
Yeah.
But only one major upset. But quite a few draws, yeah.
Yeah. And
today I'm expecting more draws and some upsets as well.
Well, this is pretty equal.
It's pretty equal position.
What else? Next game.
This one looks interesting.
Today we have a couple of ladies on the top boards. I was very happy to see Polina Shuvalova, very strong player, and also some Indian girl playing on top boards.
Diva Desmug, very strong as well.
Yes. Also against very strong.
Do you know that Polina defeated Kramnik the other day in Blitz? Did you see?
I didn't know.
You should check that one.
Oh,
in the Title Tuesday, you know, he's playing in the Title Tuesdays. And he lost the game to Polina. He was winning in the game, but then he made a mistake, and the position was
complaining.
No. At the start, he said, Polina Shuvalova, very talented, very strong player from Russia. I know.
Okay.
The thing is, at the end of the game, Polina is very fast. She's tremendously fast.
With the mouse, no?
No, she's a very good, strong blitz player. And in the online chess, she's very fast. And poor Kramnik Vladimir doesn't do click, and he doesn't do pre-move.
He's very slow.
And Polina went all over him. Check. Four. That's a fun one to see. Okay, so what happened
this
here?
Is a very sharp game again.
Oh, nice.
This was. I think I like the way she played because she went a6. I think this is a very important move in this line.
Trying to stop this. And other things as well.
Otherwise, the white knight comes to b5. You have to play knight a6. And later this knight on a6 is doing bad for the rest of the game, so it's a bit annoying. So a6 I like.
Very precise.
And that I think e3, e6, and black is completely alright here. But then g4 came, which shows that white really is looking for a...
Is this still theoretical knowledge?
I'm sure.
Recent, new knowledge,
g4 for sure.
This is the Hobaba London system, no?
This is very fashionable. And I don't know how she reacted, but it's going to be a pretty interesting game,
Playing like a French? Seems okay.
Normal move,
Knight g2. But now Aravind is sacrificing the pawn.
Probably 92 is a kind of surprise.
Let's see how long he took to play this move, because it could be preparation. He took 9 minutes.
Okay, I'm not sure it's a real sacrifice, because rook g1, if knight moves, then we have rook g7. So
I think something like this happened.
I'm not so sure.
He captured the pawn.
But then she found the move g5, which looks quite interesting. After rook g1, then black played g5. Very sharp move. And if the bishop goes, then black is going to be left with a pawn up. So white.
So we have to go into this position.
White went to g4. And it's very interesting because usually rooks doesn't like to enter into the game so early, because now black has some ideas with e5 and which she didn't play.
I wonder what would happen against e5.
Who knows? Maybe d takes e5. This exchange sacrifice. This looks very looks pretty promising.
Nice. Let's check it.
e5. Pawn takes.
And if the bishop takes the rook, we take back.
This looks incredibly.
Maybe long castle, go in here.
Bishop
very
e3,
nice.
e6.
Also sometimes there's this variation. This pawn.
Looks very bad for black.
Very dangerous.
So that's why she didn't play e5. She went knight
Polina
c6.
played knight c6,
which is very okay development.
Okay.
And now maybe she's ready to play e5 sometimes. And
this position reminds me of the Makuchin variation. There's a line in the Makuchin variation with the g pawns knocked off, and black goes long castling there.
Okay, I want to also say hello to my friend Diris, but first let's have a look at this Kike Setien. I'm very curious to see if he found knight d5.
This was the streaming
Our
board.
friend, football coach, Kike Setien.
No,
Yes.
this one.
Yeah, it's 27.
In principle, it's this one here.
Yes,
Yes,
this one.
Okay. So
Oh, he went
played
knight f5. This is a well-known mistake.
Knight f5.
Yeah, knight f5. I think now there is a very strong move here. I don't remember which is the move, but I think
it's bishop takes c3, if I remember rightly.
bishop c3, then pawn c3,
And then move the queen. I think it's that move, but let's check with the theory. So knight takes c3. Oh, yeah. Knight takes c3. Wow.
Yeah,
knight takes c3. Wow.
Yeah, because he's attacking the queen.
Will he play queen d2 here? Wow, this could be fun. This could be fun. This could be fun. Probably bad for white, but very fun. It's very interesting, no?
Because some knight takes g7 next move, no?
This could be very sharp. Queen to a5 seems the best move, okay.
But then knight g7.
Getting the queen out of the way. Capture on g7.
And the point is that the knight is trapped on g7.
Wow.
And then black can simply remove his knight.
Okay. Well, the computer gives the advantage for black, but this is very sharp. Very sharp.
Yeah, knight b5 computer offers. And white is going to be probably a piece down.
Let's move on a bit. This move
it's a very precise move, knight b5, only move.
Not so easy to find this move again, with so many alternatives.
Yeah, it's very scary to allow white to take on g7.
Let's see what happens here.
c3, and now
let's say he takes.
Then we have this check on h6.
Okay, let's check. Oh, h4. Oh, this is going to be very.
Or maybe
fun.
check on h4. Yeah.
This is not so clear.
Not so clear at all. I mean, there is some compensation. It's a bit scary. The bishop on b3, the bishop on h6. Okay, if we play bishop h6 check, king g8, and then h4, then white wants to simply go h5, go long castle, and make checkmate.
Maybe this can be held, but it's very scary.
Yeah, it's computer is happy with one.
Before you leave to go to see Divis, tell me. So Kike, when we were discussing yesterday, it wasn't absolutely clear to me. Does he prefer attacking chess, or he's more the solid type? You know him a bit more.
I think he likes to attack.
He likes to attack.
Yeah,
okay.
He likes to attack. Yeah.
Because he was saying he was enjoying the Cruyff way of playing. You remember?
Yeah.
Which is basically attacking.
Yes. To have the initiative.
To keep the ball, to attack.
Yeah.
And he said he was always saying, "This is my way of thinking of football."
Yes.
Yeah.
He likes to have the initiative. I think.
Okay.
But okay, this is maybe a bit too much, but it can be a lot of fun. Yeah.
They're in a new terrain. I mean, they're finding the moves during the game.
Yeah. After knight f5, I don't know if black has a choice. I mean, does she need to do this, or can she play something else? I mean, what else can black play here? If she goes for...
this is a fun line. This one here is a fun line. There's even a perpetual check. Take.
Pawn takes.
Take. And now there's this, I saw this perpetual check before.
Knight h6 check, do you think?
But it was saying perpetual check, but I don't see it now.
Okay, no, here this looks a lot of compensation for white, because white is 2 pawns down, but he has now 2 strong bishops, and well, the knight on c3 is a bit weird. I mean, king g7, queen d2,
queen d2, for example,
and well, I mean, it looks also dangerous for black. So
the computer says that Kike's play is not good, but it's very difficult to find the moves for black.
It's very sharp.
Very many alternatives for Alexandra. So it's going to be fun to see this one.
Yeah.
Okay, Miguel.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Michael.
for coming.
See you later.
See you in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Thanks.
So we had the Grandmaster Illescas with us here. Miguel is hopping over to the different streams and also checking out the games and trying to give us the updates on the best positions. So they're still trying to fix the boards. The games are real, but the names in some cases don't correspond to the positions. Okay. So we've been on 1 hour with the stream, so it's time to take our first small mini break. I'll leave you the game of Erigaisi on board 1, and we'll be back very soon. I'm going to go and check some of the games and these streaming positions. See you in a while. Okay guys, so we're back after this very brief 5-minute break. It's good for me to stop 5 minutes every 1 hour because that allows me to freshen up my mind and disconnect a bit from the stream, and now we can carry on and look at some more games. And of course, as I say always, please tell me which games you would like or you prefer to see, and I'll jump to them very quickly. Not totally sure why there are problems with the streamers. You have to bear in mind that the streamers are streaming their own games in their own platforms, but also appearing on the GT boards. Sometimes the config could be messed up between the three options. Also, we have a slight problem with the support. Let me check what's happening here. Okay, hopefully we can see the games more or less properly. Okay, so let's carry on with with the games. We checked the game before of Alexandre and Quique Setien, and we mentioned that there was a tactic which was blundered, but now the game had to continue and Alexandre had to find the correct moves, which was not at all easy. So we'll go back to that game in a while, but let's see some of the other games we haven't seen yet. For example, we haven't looked at the game between Divya Deshmukh from India with white pieces against Kirill Alexeyenko from Russia with the black pieces. So it was a standard Ruy Lopez opening. Knight to f6. Castle, bishop to e7, rook to e1. Now white is threatening to capture the knight and then to capture the pawn. So this is something that black has to watch out for. So b5 and d6. The other variation here is castle. And after c3, black can play d5, which is the famous variation called the Marshall variation. The Marshall variation, a very interesting variation for black. But Alexeyenko, classical player, went d6, c3, castle, h3, and now black can choose between knight to a5, the Chigorin variation, knight to b8, the Breyer variation, and also, if I remember rightly, bishop to b7 with rook e8, which is the Zaitsev variation. Let's see which one Alexeyenko opted for today. h6. This is an intermediate move. Doesn't define which variation he's going to choose. And he goes for a weird one, which I don't know. This one, I don't know the name. I've never seen it before. Obviously, it can't be a bad choice. Probably this is a line Alexeyenko plays to get his opponent out of theory. Knight bd2, preparing the standard reroute of the knight. Rook e8. Of course, with the pawn on h7, here white could play bishop. The rook is putting a bit of pressure on the e4 pawn. Also, black can play g6 and bishop g7, putting the bishop on the g7 square. Bishop to d2, knight to a7, maybe with the idea of playing take, queen b8, okay. And this is the position on the board. Both players have spent slightly under half an hour. And it seems that Alexeyenko has spent she's spending nearly 15 minutes. So it's clear that she has to try and find the best way to proceed. Be it playing d5, be it playing bishop to d3 and queen e2, hitting the b5 pawn. A very tense position where there are different pawn breaks And I think this is the type of position where a strong grandmaster will understand that he can try and outplay his opponent. So a good opening choice for Kirill. We'll come back to this game a bit later. Nirjan, we can't go back on stream to watch. Can you configure the stream so that we can? I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say there. I'm doing the stream of the games and I can stream each of the games which I choose. If you want to see the full list of games, then you have to turn on chess.com, go to the broadcast section and see the games there. I can't do this here because I'm watching individual games. Okay. Let's check out the next game. Pichot. Alan Pichot against Mark Heyman. Let's go and see how this game started. We still go and watch some of the openings. Italian opening. And not castle too soon, because then black could launch an attack with g5, g4. White is delaying his castling, and black plays g5 anyway. Queen d7. Now he castles. Black castles. Not totally sure about this move. Theory says it's correct, but after playing g5, one wonders if black should not castle long or leave the king in the center even. Okay. Rook e8, h3, rook d8, b5. Okay, key position of the game, because if black captures the pawn, he might be in trouble. Let's see. Capture, capture, and now if this knight moves back, then white will capture the bishop on a7. This would be a big tactical blunder. So capturing pawns, not correct. He might have to move the knight out straight away. But then white can play pawn takes pawn. And if black recaptures, then white wins a pawn. So black would have to capture first on c4. And then recapture. Okay, this is an interesting position. Let's play for both sides here. I mean, anything can happen. There is a weak square on f5. At some point this could be occupied by the knight. And then lots of things are happening on the queen side, where white has this open file and some space advantage on the queen side. And black, of course, has weakened his king side. Will try to do something with maybe knight to g6, knight to f4, and try and find some sort of attack on the queen side. Okay, so we'll come back to this game afterwards as well. Board 8, Grandmaster Max Warmerdam from Holland against International Master Vyom Vidyarty from United States. I think he's a young American International Master. Let's see the moves. Nimzo-Indian Rubinstein variation. And with a transposition to an isolated pawn on d4. We saw one of these yesterday. Rook e1, bishop d3. Black has played to block the pawn, which is good. and now prepares bishop to b7. This could be a important moment because by playing b6, black has allowed white, if he wants to go knight to c6, hitting the queen and the bishop. Domingo, same happened to me yesterday. Try to watch at, can't see what it says here. Tried to watch but couldn't. Okay, so this is something that's out of my hands because the broadcast, I can do it from my computer, but the stream of all the games, those games you have to watch them live on chess.com. Now, why couldn't you watch the streaming last night? When the broadcast finishes, you can connect to the round on my YouTube channel. It stays there on the YouTube channel. I think it's in live broadcasts on this. Several spaces, videos and live. I think you'll find it there. So, War Madame has to decide if he wants to go knight c6 and play this position or not. Hard to say. I think I might want to go for this position with whites. Probably. I do have the bishop pair. Some activity. So I probably want to go for this position. You cannot watch it there. There's an error message, at least yesterday. I'm going to check this right now to see if it's true. So let's go one moment to my YouTube channel and see if there's a problem there. No, the stream is good. The stream is good. I'm going to put the click of yesterday's stream. But I do see there might be a confusion. So I'm going to leave you here, Domingo. Here is the link to yesterday's stream. This one here. But I do see that I left the live programs which went past. Okay, let's see. Próximas emisiones. This is not working, so we have to take that one down and eliminate it. Okay, so hopefully this can be fixed now. We've left the live broadcast. That's working. But there was another link to another broadcast, which was the announcement of the broadcast. And that was there still, and maybe it would lead to some confusion. So I'm deleting that, and hopefully it won't appear anymore. Okay, so let's leave that being done and go back to the games. Okay, so clearly knight c6 is an interesting option. I'm not sure if War Madame will do it, but this is one move that he has to consider. According to the computer, it's his best chance. So, as I know he's a very good player, I suspect that he will find this move. Let's change to another game. Board 9. This looks like an interesting one. This is the game between two very young players, Andrei Ventura from Portugal against Volodar Murzin from Russia, one of the best players in the world of his age group. And yeah, he's under a slight bit of pressure with the black pieces, but as you can all see, it's totally blocked, so there's not really much happening with regard to symmetry. It's a very symmetrical position. Black is slightly worse because of reduced space, but the position is more or less equal. Same structure of the Ruy Lopez, similar. Fashionable since once again they went. Okay, from Georgia, I think, Indian defense. So one of the main lines. I didn't know this h5 move. This one is a new move. I think it's with the idea of playing king to h7 and then exchanging off the bishop. Yep. Okay, so we're reaching the position of interest. And here we are. So how to assess this position? Again, I'm going to throw the question over to you. Would you take white here with a safe king and certain space advantage on the queen side? Or would you take black, who does have the option of moving his knight away at some point and going for the f5, f4 break and attack? So choose your side, white or black. What would you prefer? White or black? What is your preference? Okay, time enough to have made your decision. So, with this pawn structure, e4, d5, c4, basically white has a space advantage in the center and on the queen side. Now the way to proceed normally is to try and go for the break c5. If we can get in c5, and then later on, if we can get in c6, things are going very well on the queen side. So normally, white will be playing rook to e8, rook to c1 from f1. At some point, preparing queen to e3, maybe even knight to d2, knight to b3, and trying to get in c4, c5. This is the plan of white, and I think it's a better plan. Black has the plan of going for f5. That's why it's slightly weird for me to see black playing here rook to e8, because that doesn't seem to be the best move in the position. If you want to play f5 and attack on the f file, you don't normally want to move your rook away. So I'm a bit confused with this move, rook f8. I'm not quite sure exactly what black is pretending by putting the rook behind the queen in that position. Only one idea seems reasonable, which is to play queen to f8, h8 and h6. But this is very slow and doesn't really seem either to be so effective. So I think white is clearly better now in this position. So Daniil Yufa, with not exactly sure if d4, rook to e8, hitting here, rook e1 and c5. Okay, and now white has to make the tough decision of exchanging on c6 to weaken the pawn structure, or keep the position closed and maybe go knight to d2 and look for other pastures for the white knight. It seems he took, and I'm expecting Alvar to play rook takes c6, queen d2, and we're going to play this position here, which according to the computer is approximately equal. I would think I'm slightly better because of the pressure I might get on the d6 pawn, but the computer seems to think that although that pawn is indeed weak, the knight on b3 is not very well placed, and black has ways of protecting the pawn but also hitting weaknesses on the white side. So it's approximately balanced, not much material. I do think that this game might eventually end in a draw. Okay, we'll definitely come back to this game in a while. Okay, let's see the games of the streamers. The Dragon between Kike and Alexandra. Knight takes e4, blundered with knight to f5, and here he had to play queen to d2, but instead of doing that he took the queen, take, and now he's in trouble, because both pawn takes knight and pawn takes bishop will leave black with a healthy piece up, and I think she will take the knight and the pawn on b2, and this is just a huge advantage for Alexandra, who will win a game taking advantage of an opening trick which is rather well known, and yeah, he's going to win. She's going to win the game practically for sure. One of the streamers boards. Okay, I think it's time to get back to the board of the first board, and things have happened here. Let's pick up the game where we left it before. This is first board between Erigaisi and Alexakis. And this is where we left the position a few moves back. And we were discussing if the pawns, which are the triple pawns on C were worth the effort, or if black could try and recover those pawns. And this is what happened. Black played queen to a5, hitting the two pawns, and Erigaisi didn't defend them. He would prefer to lose the pawns but open up diagonals for his bishops. Castle, Knight e2, capture, a4, threatening bishop to a3, take, okay, seems we're back. Not totally sure, but we're having some problems with our Wi-Fi connection. So hopefully we're going to try and fix this for the afternoon. It doesn't seem to work very well, the Wi-Fi here. I'm going to try it. Estoy en directo ahora. El wifi aquí es muy malo. Tengo 4 megas.
Yo tengo un cable de internet.
No, tampoco sé si dónde.
Aquí en la oficina, a ver si las cocinas tienen alguna cosa en internet y me ocurre un cable. Ahora te digo.
Y salta mucho, vuelve, va.
Ahora te
Vale. Bueno, yo sigo.
Sí.
Okay, so we're trying to fix this to put some, improve the Wi-Fi connection,
Yes,
and there won't be so many drops. And I'll try and put the cameras on as well. tampoco sé si mi ordenador acepta cable de red, ¿eh? Creo que necesitaré un conector de cable de red también, ¿eh? Yo diría que me hace falta un adaptador de cable de red, de HDMI o...
No sé si tienes
de red. Tengo esto, pero aquí son de wifi. Tengo los 4 ocupados ya.
Vale, un momento. Déjame ver si...
Me falta un adaptador. No sé cómo lo hará Divis.
Ahora pregunto.
Igual tiene un adaptador.
¿Cuál es la cosa que tenéis vosotros? Ese está a nivel de...
We'll try and see if we can fix the internet connection. And we can get an internet cable instead of the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Meanwhile, we'll try and carry on with the stream. No, conexión de red no, porque el portátil no lo lleva. Si hubiera un adaptador, entonces sí.
Tienes un USB.
Tengo el puerto USB vacío y quizás podría despejar alguno de estos, pero
Y el HDMI.
igual podría despejar alguno de estos USB, pero necesitaría un cable de conector.
HDMI falta. Clar, tenim connexió telefònica, per connexió. Nosaltres tenim el cable aquest és aquest.